this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Savielly Tartakower and Carl Schlechter. This amazing chess game was played in Vienna in 1908. Savielly Tartakower had white pieces and he started with e4. Carl Schlechter played e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5, the Spanish game, a6, bishop takes on c6, and Schlechter recaptured with a d-pawn away from the center. White to move, knight to c3. If knight takes on e5, then queen to d4, and after knight to f3, queen takes on e4, equalizing. Back to our game. So after d takes on c6, knight to c3, defending the pawn. Bishop to b4. Savielly Tartakower castled kingside. And now bishop to g4. Very interesting picture, isn't it? Bishops are threatening to take the knights. Maybe. h3 asking a question. Black to move. How would you continue? Would you take the knight, or would you play bishop to h5, keeping the pin? Or something else? Well, there was a surprise. Schlechter played h5. Schlechter was first ever in history to play h5 in this position. Why to move? After considering pawn takes bishop and not liking it, d3. What's wrong with pawn takes bishop? If pawn takes bishop, one line goes like this. H takes on g4. And if the knight moves, then queen to h4. And black is winning. Let's say f4, trying to escape after check, but then g3, and after some random move, let's say rook to f3, queen to h1, checkmate. Back to our game. So Tartakower ignored the bishop and played d3. Queen to f6, rook to e1, bishop takes on f3, queen takes on f3, queen takes queen, pawn takes queen. Knight to e7. Material is equal, but black has a better pawn structure. Tartakower played f4 to get rid of his double pawns. Pawn takes pawn on f4. Bishop takes on f4. Attacking the pawn on c7, and Schlechter castled queenside. King to h1, f6, preparing g5. This is the critical moment of the game. It is white to move. Tartakower felt he must play actively and played e5. A quiet move like bishop to d2 would be a better move. But Tartakower felt it was not an exciting move. So he played e5. The idea was to open up the position. He believed that it would benefit his dark square bishop. Let's see. Knight to g6, bishop to h2, f takes on e5, bishop takes on e5, threatening bishop takes on g7. How would you defend the pawn? Or maybe you would take the bishop on e5. Schlechter played actively. Rook from h to f8. Bishop takes on g7, rook takes on f2. Rook to e4. Let's take it back. If rook goes to e2, one line goes like this. Bishop takes on c3. Rook takes rook. Bishop takes on g7. And black is better. Back to our game. Rook to e4, attacking the bishop. Bishop to d6. It is now clear that opening of the position brought the white king at risk. The game continued. Rook to e2. Rook to f3. Knight to e4. Rook takes on h3 check. King to g1. Rook to g8. White to move. Knight to f6 was played. If bishop to c3, then knight to f4 check and black wins. Knight to f6, attacking the rook. What is the best square for the rook? What would you do? Schlechter played bishop to c5 check. Did he miss rook takes on g7? Why Schlechter didn't take on g7? Can you see why? Well, this move has a tiny downside, and that is rook to e8 checkmate. Back to our game. Bishop to c5 check. King to f1. And now knight to f4. White to move. King to e1 was played. If knight takes on g8, then black plays the obvious. What is the obvious? Is it knight takes rook? Then rook to h1, checkmate. Back to our game. To avoid checkmate, king to e1. Knight takes rook. Knight takes rook on g8. Black to move. What would you do? Schlechter played rook to h1 check. King to e2. Rook takes rook. b4, attacking the bishop. What is the best square for the bishop? Should black play bishop takes pawn on b4, or bishop to d6, or something else? Please pause and find the best move for the bishop. Please pause and find the best square for the bishop. What did you find? Schlechter played rook to g1. If bishop moves to d6, or if bishop takes on b4, then white wins with bishop takes rook. So, Schlechter played rook to g1 and Tartakower resigned. One line goes like this. Bishop to b2, rook takes knight. B takes on c5 and then h4. And black is easily winning. How many moves did you guess? What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.